For as long as humans have gazed up at the night sky, we've seen patterns in the stars. These patterns, known as constellations, have been used for thousands of years to navigate vast oceans, mark the changing seasons, and tell the stories of gods and heroes. But where did constellations come from? And how did ancient civilizations use them in everyday life? Let's take a journey through the history of constellations. The story of constellations begins over 17,000 years ago. Some of the earliest evidence of humans recognizing star patterns comes from cave paintings found in France, which may represent constellations we still recognize today. Ancient humans likely used these patterns to track time and seasonal changes, helping them with hunting and agriculture. The first organized constellations come from Mesopotamia around 3000 BCE. The Sumerians and Babylonians created some of the earliest star catalogs, identifying familiar groups of stars that would later influence the Greek and Roman constellations we know today. Their star maps were also used for astrological purposes, linking celestial movements to earthly events. The Babylonians divided the sky into 12 sections, giving rise to what we now call the zodiac, an idea that still influences astrology today. Some of the first star maps were carved into clay tablets, helping early civilizations predict celestial events like eclipses and planetary movements. These records would become essential for agriculture, as they helped determine the best times to plant and harvest crops. While the Babylonians laid the foundation, it was the Greeks who cemented many of the constellations we recognize today. The famous Greek astronomer Ptolemy, in the 2nd century CE, recorded 48 constellations in his work, the Almagest. These included Orion the Hunter, Andromeda the Princess, and Pegasus the Winged Horse, each with its own rich mythology. The Greeks used constellations not just to tell stories, but also as practical tools for navigation. For example, the constellation Orion was associated with a great hunter in Greek mythology. In the sky, Orion is followed by Canis Major, his faithful hunting dog, which contains the bright star Sirius. The rising and setting of Sirius played an important role in Egyptian agriculture, signaling the coming flood of the Nile River. For ancient mariners, the night sky was a map. The Polynesians, for example, used constellations to navigate the vast Pacific Ocean, memorizing the positions of stars to guide their way. They developed an advanced system of star compasses, allowing them to travel thousands of miles without modern instruments. The Vikings also used the stars to navigate, relying on constellations such as the Big Dipper to find their way across the seas. By using the North Star Polaris as a fixed reference point, they could determine their latitude and adjust their course accordingly. Beyond navigation, constellations also played a role in timekeeping. The Egyptians aligned their pyramids and temples with certain stars, such as Sirius, which helped them predict the annual flooding of the Nile. Many other civilizations, including the Mayans and Chinese, developed calendars based on the movement of the stars. The Mayans, for example, closely tracked the Pleiades star cluster, which influenced their agricultural cycles and religious ceremonies. While Western astronomy is largely influenced by Greek and Roman traditions, many other cultures developed their own constellations. In China, ancient astronomers mapped out the sky into 283 asterisms, smaller patterns of stars, rather than the 88 constellations recognized today. Their celestial charts helped guide emperors and determined the best times for planting and harvesting crops. Indigenous Australian cultures also have rich astronomical traditions. Instead of seeing constellations as patterns of stars, they often recognize the dark spaces between them. One famous example is the Emu in the sky, which is formed by dark patches in the Milky Way rather than individual stars. These celestial stories played an essential role in oral traditions and cultural teachings. Fast forward to today, and constellations are still part of our lives. In 1922, the International Astronomical Union standardized 88 official constellations, covering the entire celestial sphere. These standardized constellations help astronomers organize the night sky, allowing for better study and exploration of space. Though constellations were once vital for navigation and timekeeping, today they serve a different purpose. They help astronomers locate deep space objects, such as galaxies, nebulae, and exoplanets. The Hubble Space Telescope, for example, has captured breathtaking images of celestial wonders located within these ancient star patterns. Constellations connect us to the past, reminding us that across time and cultures, humans have always looked to the stars for guidance. Whether for storytelling, navigation, or simply wonder, the night sky continues to inspire us. If you enjoyed this journey through the history of constellations, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more Did You Know videos. What's your favorite constellation? Let us know in the comments. See you next time.